If you look down and see a firm, round belly pushing outward, you may be looking at something far more serious than ordinary weight gain. Many people assume that all body fat is the same, but visceral fat is completely different from the soft fat found under the skin on your arms, hips, or thighs. Visceral fat develops deep inside the abdomen, wrapping itself around vital organs such as the liver, pancreas, and intestines. What makes it especially dangerous is that it is not simply stored energy. It is biologically active tissue that constantly releases inflammatory chemicals and hormones into the bloodstream. This can increase the risk of insulin resistance, heart disease, and metabolic disorders. Even more concerning, many people successfully lose weight, yet still carry significant amounts of visceral fat. The scale may go down, but the dangerous fat hidden around the organs can remain. That is why a hard, protruding belly often deserves more attention than body weight alone. Understanding the difference between ordinary fat and visceral fat is the first step toward addressing the real problem and improving long-term health. This is why traditional weight loss advice often fails. Most people are told that losing belly fat is simply a matter of eating fewer calories and exercising more. While calorie balance matters, it does not address the deeper biological processes driving visceral fat accumulation. One of the biggest factors is insulin resistance. When cells stop responding efficiently to insulin, the body produces more of it to keep blood sugar under control. Elevated insulin levels signal the body to store energy, making it much harder to access and burn fat reserves, especially around the abdomen. Chronic inflammation creates another problem. Visceral fat itself releases inflammatory chemicals that interfere with normal metabolism and encourage further fat storage. Stress hormones add even more fuel to the fire. When cortisol remains elevated because of poor sleep, constant stress, or an unhealthy lifestyle, the body is pushed into a survival mode that favors storing fat around vital organs. This is why many people can lose weight on the scale yet still struggle with a stubborn, hard belly. The real solution is not simply eating less. It is improving the biological signals that control insulin, inflammation, and stress. The first food on the list may look simple, but its effects on visceral fat are surprisingly powerful. Lentils are packed with soluble fiber, a special type of fiber that behaves almost like a protective glucose net inside your digestive system. When lentils mix with water in your stomach, the fiber forms a thick, gel-like layer. As food moves through your intestines, this layer slows the absorption of sugar into the bloodstream. Instead of creating a sharp spike in blood glucose, the sugars enter gradually, giving your body more time to process them efficiently. This slower release means your pancreas does not need to flood the body with large amounts of insulin. Lower insulin levels are important because insulin acts as a storage signal, encouraging the body to hold on to fat, especially around the abdomen. Lentils also provide another major advantage. As their fiber travels through the digestive tract, it feeds beneficial gut bacteria. These bacteria produce compounds that support metabolic health and help regulate appetite. As a result, many people feel fuller for longer after eating lentils and experience fewer cravings for sugary or highly processed foods. By slowing sugar absorption, reducing insulin demand, increasing satiety, and supporting a healthier gut microbiome, lentils create an environment that makes it easier for the body to reduce harmful visceral fat over time. The second food is extra virgin olive oil, often considered one of the most powerful foods for combating visceral fat. Unlike refined vegetable oils, high-quality extra virgin olive oil contains a unique natural compound called oleocanthal. This substance has been widely studied for its anti-inflammatory properties and is often compared to the effects of certain common pain relief medications. This matters because visceral fat is not just stored energy. It is highly inflammatory tissue that continuously releases harmful chemical signals into the body. As long as inflammation remains elevated, the body tends to hold on to deep abdominal fat and becomes less responsive to insulin. Oleocanthal helps interrupt this cycle by reducing inflammatory activity and creating a healthier metabolic environment. Over time, this may support improved insulin sensitivity, allowing cells to respond more effectively to insulin and reducing the tendency to store excess energy as visceral fat. However, proper use is important. The beneficial compounds in extra virgin olive oil are delicate and can be damaged by excessive heat. For this reason, it is best consumed raw, such as drizzled over salads, vegetables, or finished dishes. Just 1 or 2 tablespoons a day can provide valuable anti-inflammatory compounds that support better metabolic health and may help reduce harmful belly fat over time. The third food is garlic, a simple kitchen ingredient with remarkable effects on metabolic health. Garlic contains a powerful sulfur-based compound called allicin, but interestingly, allicin does not exist in an intact clove. It is created only when garlic is crushed, chopped, or chewed. Once formed, allicin begins interacting with multiple systems throughout the body. One of its most important roles is supporting liver function. The liver acts as the body's primary fat processing center, constantly deciding whether fat should be stored or used for energy. When the liver becomes overloaded, fat can accumulate more easily, contributing to the growth of visceral fat. Allicin appears to support healthier fat metabolism by helping the liver process and transport fats more efficiently. Garlic has also been associated with lower levels of triglycerides and LDL cholesterol, often referred to as bad cholesterol. These substances can contribute to metabolic dysfunction and create conditions that favor fat accumulation around the abdominal organs. By supporting the liver, improving lipid metabolism, and helping maintain healthier blood fat levels, garlic may reduce some of the biological conditions that encourage visceral fat storage. Adding freshly crushed garlic to meals is a simple habit that can support long-term metabolic health and help the body better manage unwanted belly fat. One of the most overlooked causes of stubborn belly fat is chronic stress. When your body perceives stress, whether from work, financial worries, poor sleep, or constant anxiety, it releases a hormone called cortisol. Cortisol is designed to help you survive emergencies by providing quick access to energy. The problem is that modern stress rarely involves physical danger. Instead of using that extra energy, the body often stores it, and one of its favorite storage locations is deep inside the abdomen as visceral fat. Over time, elevated cortisol levels can make it much easier to gain belly fat and much harder to lose it. The situation becomes even worse when sleep is poor. Lack of quality sleep keeps cortisol elevated for longer periods and disrupts other hormones involved in appetite and metabolism. This can increase cravings, encourage overeating, and further promote fat storage around vital organs. That is why managing stress and improving sleep are not just lifestyle recommendations. They are essential biological strategies for reducing visceral fat and supporting long-term metabolic health. The fourth food may surprise many people because it is often viewed as an indulgence rather than a health food. However, high-quality dark chocolate containing at least 85% cacao offers several properties that may support the reduction of visceral fat. Unlike milk chocolate, which is typically loaded with sugar, dark chocolate is rich in beneficial plant compounds known as polyphenols. These powerful antioxidants help protect cells from oxidative stress and may support a healthier inflammatory response throughout the body. Dark chocolate is also one of the richest natural sources of magnesium, an essential mineral involved in hundreds of biological processes. Magnesium plays a key role in helping the nervous system relax and function properly. This is important because chronic stress can elevate cortisol, a hormone strongly associated with the accumulation of visceral fat around the abdomen. Research suggests that the polyphenols in dark chocolate may help reduce the brain's stress response, while magnesium promotes a sense of calm and relaxation. Together, these effects may contribute to lower cortisol levels and improved emotional well-being. Better stress management often leads to deeper, more restorative sleep, which is another critical factor in maintaining a healthy metabolism and reducing stubborn belly fat. When enjoyed in moderation, dark chocolate can be a satisfying addition to a balanced diet while supporting the body's efforts to manage stress and improve metabolic health. The fifth and final food is matcha green tea, a beverage that stands apart from ordinary green tea because of its unique concentration of beneficial compounds. One of the most important of these compounds is EGCG, short for epigallocatechin gallate. EGCG is a powerful antioxidant that has been extensively studied for its effects on metabolism and fat oxidation. Fat oxidation is the process by which the body breaks down stored fat and converts it into usable energy. Research suggests that EGCG can help stimulate this process by supporting the activity of certain hormones and chemical messengers involved in energy expenditure. As a result, the body may become more efficient at using stored fat, including visceral fat, as a fuel source. What makes matcha different from regular green tea is how it is consumed. When drinking ordinary green tea, you are primarily consuming an infusion made from steeped leaves. With matcha, the entire tea leaf is ground into a fine powder and consumed directly. This means you receive a much higher concentration of EGCG and other beneficial plant compounds in every cup. Matcha also contains a unique amino acid called L-theanine, which promotes a calm, focused state without the jittery feeling often associated with caffeine. Together, EGCG and L-theanine create a combination that may support metabolism, energy balance, and overall health. By helping the body oxidize fat more efficiently and encouraging the use of stored abdominal fat for energy, matcha can be a valuable addition to a long-term strategy for reducing visceral fat and improving metabolic health. Visceral fat is not simply a matter of willpower, laziness, or eating too much. It is a biological response to a combination of insulin resistance, chronic inflammation, stress, poor sleep, and metabolic imbalance. That is why extreme dieting and constant calorie restriction often fail to produce lasting results. Instead of focusing only on eating less, it is often more effective to provide the body with the nutrients and signals it needs to function properly. Throughout this video, we explored 5 foods that may support that process. Lentils help slow sugar absorption and reduce insulin demand. Extra virgin olive oil provides anti-inflammatory compounds that support metabolic health. Garlic helps the liver process fats more efficiently and supports healthy cholesterol levels. Dark chocolate rich in cacao may help reduce cortisol and promote relaxation. Matcha green tea supplies EGCG, a powerful compound that supports fat oxidation and energy metabolism. None of these foods are magic solutions on their own, but together they can become powerful tools in a healthier lifestyle. Small changes practiced consistently often produce greater results than extreme measures that are impossible to maintain. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Which of these 5 foods surprised you the most, and which one will you try first? Leave your answer in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss future science-based health tips. Your next meal could be the first step toward a healthier future.